All right, guys. We are live with a last minute podcast with my boy, Brandon. What's going on, Brandon? How are you this evening?
Hey man, what's going on, Henry? It's been a
Glad,
minute.
it has, bro. It's been too long. The people have been asking for you, so I'm glad that you hit me up and then we made it work. I'm glad that you got a day off.
Yeah, man, we're taking the best out. We're making the best out of the worst things. There was a storm that came through Hawaii, so a lot of folks had like down power lines and stuff like that. But luckily,
Damn.
where I'm at, it wasn't affected at all. So
Well,
we're
thank
good to
God, bro.
go.
Thank
And
God that you
yeah,
and the family are safe. But I am appreciative of you coming in and you making time for me and the channel and everyone else. So I really appreciate your time.
oh man, anytime, man. It's great. And it's great not just because I'm getting a chance to be on here, but I mean I'm amongst all the awesome people that you've had on here so far, and I'm glad to see you thriving in this environment. And it's just like it's different, and I think that's what people appreciate. All the top level PokeTubers out there. What I've really seen is that they really appreciate how genuine you are and how passionate you are, and it's attractive, man. I mean, a lot of people just really want to be around you. They want to have a good community with you and stuff. So I'm glad to be a part of that.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. I was like that live with Kira. I'm like, what is my life right now? Like, I'm interviewing one of the biggest like Pokemon YouTube. I mean, she's probably the biggest female Pokemon YouTubers in the space. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I've been grinding, and I'm happy to have you're one of the first people I had on the live, so I'm appreciative of you giving me your time. And yeah, it's been a wild ride, dude. 2026, what do you mean 2026? Yeah, it's gonna be even bigger and even better. So hopefully,
Oh yeah.
things gonna get yeah, even better. But we do have a topic today. But before we get into that, I want to ask, like, what have you been buying? What's some of the stuff that, because you always drop fire in the Discord. If you guys aren't on the Discord, please hit the Discord description. Brandon's always dropping gems. So
Yeah, man. I'll show something, just to kick things off, but I don't want to get too into too much because I think a lot of this stuff is going to circle back into the topic that we have for today. But I'll share. This is something that I posted on my Instagram. This is just a staff card, one of the staff cards from one of the championship festivals that they had. And so this is a pretty cool card. But what I didn't know was they also had trophies based on people's placing. But if you searched online, there's probably only one card listed right now or available right now that's an actual champion card, and it's like a PSA 7 or something. So this was the best one that I could find. So I went ahead and picked this one up. But yeah, definitely love this. A World Championship 2016 champion card. So yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite pickups lately.
such a good card. I always try to find those cards when anytime you recommend those championship cards, but dude, they're like few and far between. Like there's a lot of them are just not out there. So yeah,
Yeah,
I think with the last time we talked, the last championship card that we talked about, I tried to grab one it was a first place trophy card. I forget what year it
mhm,
was, and then they messaged me like, oh, we don't have that one, but there was a third place card, and then they showed me the condition of it. I was like, it's not even worth it. But those cards are
right.
sick, and I now I regret like not picking that card up, even if it was the whatever condition, because they just look so good, and you're just yeah, they're so unique.
Yeah, one thing people aren't seeing is like nowadays there's things that needs to happen. One of those things is scarcity, so like defining what scarcity is and then also defining like rarity. So we already know what rarity is because everybody's talking about like how hard it is to get the new Gengar or whatever in Mega Dream just based on how many EX cards there are. But another thing they're not really focusing too much on is scarcity. And that's one of the things about Mega Dream is it has both. It has rarity and it has scarcity. And then if you add the layer of the trophy card that I just showed, yes, there's like most people haven't even heard about it, and that's why you have the rarity and the scarcity. But then also you've got the characters that people love. So um, popularity goes into play with that as well. And so that's how I know long term the value really pans out in the end. So
Yeah.
why I picked this card is that it pairs perfectly with the 20th anniversary, or sorry, not 20th. Yeah, 20th anniversary Festa card. it just matches so well with it. So that's why I went ahead and got it, just to have it match with that.
So good, dude. I love the half art one a little bit more because it has Bulbasaur on it. Does Bulbasaur right?
Yeah,
Bulbasaur's in.
it's on the 20th one as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the half arts, bro. The half card. I mean, I've been trying to push the half arts on for this past couple months. A lot of people there's so many good half art cards that no one's even looking at. So to
Yeah.
show some of those, and those are not cheap cards, by the way, everyone. If you think that you're gonna go in and just grab one, it's a rude awakening. Unless you don't mind getting a moderately played one, or even those are not cheap. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that the 20th anniversary one that I just showed, when I picked it up, I was sweating because I sold a bunch of cards just to get into it. But knowing now that, I mean, it's already gone to 25K, it's negligible, like how different the prices can be for that level. And that's why I mentioned the rarity, the scarcity, and the popularity. Because when you have all of those, I mean, the price could be whatever it is right now, but in a good market like this, it just goes to the moon. And it's totally different than what a lot of people are saying about how the current market is a bunch of cars that are just coming out. I mean, they're fresh, they're new. No one really knows where the market is going with those cards, but I can feel comfortable in some of the older ones because they've been around long enough. You can see the trends, so it's not a mystery for me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's. I mean, when I talked about it with my live Akira, it's like it doesn't make any sense that some of these cards are so expensive as far as like the ultra modern cards, and the cards like that you're showing right now are beyond overlooked. You know what I mean? Which is good for us, I guess, older collectors that appreciate just older arts, and then like you said, just the low pop. And what's the pop in those in PSA, or have you done any research on how popular those are
I
for
used to.
graded slabs?
When I was interested in them initially, I used to look into them, but nowadays, who knows what the population is? I think it was at 3,000 or something like that when I was first, looking at the cards. That was a couple years ago. So, I mean, I have no clue what the population is now.
It's got to be low
Um,
though. Like there's not a lot of people grading those cards, you know. And like
oh yeah,
I do you remember like in the Sword Shield era, like pop reports were like the hot word. Everyone's like, oh, pop
yeah,
reports matter. And then now you go into the little did we know what was gonna happen in the SV era with the Burger Chew and the
right,
Moonbryon. What are they like? What Moonbryon is like? What over 20K in English, something like that.
yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah,
what the hell? So
yeah,
little do
and
we know.
and so I harp on, it goes back to those words I was saying. So, is the card rare? So, for example, it could be rare as in you get the burger chew or whatever, and yeah, you could only get it from McDonald's in Japan at that time, and that's it. It's done, right? So yeah, technically the card is rare because it was only printed in that one print run. That's it. But then you have to think about, is it really scarce? Heck no, it's
Hell no.
everywhere.
Nah.
Everybody, like, you can get it pretty much. If you look at any listing, you can find like 100 copies of that sucker probably posted right now, at least. So to me, that doesn't meet the ticker of something that I'd be interested in. And then you also mentioned like the half arts and things. A lot of people are, we're going back to this whole idea of vintage, right? And we have to understand, and this is one of the things that I appreciate about you, is because you're actually taking time to look at the art, to look at the cards. And there's certain cards where it if you could say that a certain vintage card is a beautiful card, you love the way it looks, it's rare, it's scarce, it's hard to grade, those types of things. Well, I can tell you there's a ton of cards that we have right now that are either promos, heck, freaking hard to grade, hard to get in a 10, those types of things. They're hard to find because they were probably, for example, like there's I have it in here, but like there's a Moonbryon that is a 3-pack blister promo, hard to
Mhm.
grade, hard to get in a 10, but it's a half art. And a lot of people aren't thinking about that card because it is a half art. So I've been picking up a whole bunch of copies of those cards at like $30 a pop, graded.
Damn,
So,
dude.
that's an example where people aren't really, they're not thinking about it. Why do you really like those vintage cards? Is it the year stamp? is it the art? Because if it's the art, then there's a whole bunch of half art cards that you should probably be picking up. You see that
Yeah.
now with the Halloween Gengar, you know?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna start now that they're I think the turnaround rate for Pokemon collectors now in this day and age, I think they're gonna stick around longer than what we saw in the Sword and Shield era and just other eras in general. I think what do they say? The average Pokemon collector is in here from like 8 to 12 months or something like that, or interested
Mm.
in the space. But I think now they're gonna come in with these like super, TikTok full art cards where they gotta have like 9 Pokemon battling each other and freaking weapons flying and just jumping off buildings and all that stuff. But then eventually they're gonna go back to their nostalgic roots and look at the half art cards. Look at the like, oh, the Moonbreon's popular. Okay, what other Moonbreon cards are there? What other Umbreon vintage cards are out there? Oh, this one's cool. This
Right,
one's cool. And
right.
then we're gonna start to see the snowball roll. You know, I agree with you. I think that's definitely a place where the hobby can go in the next couple of years if things go as planned.
Yeah.
If 30th anniversary comes out, it's crap. We got a little bit of the previews of those 9 starters. So if things go to plan, I think a lot of people stick around. If not, then we're going to be eating up all those good cards for cheap, just like we did in the past. So
Yeah. And I will say, like, a lot of people when they try to pick their cards, and this is based on what the information they're getting from other YouTubers. I mean, YouTubers are typically telling you, here's the list of the top 5 best selling cards or whatever of X modern era. Like, everybody's focusing on the dollar figures. They're not focusing on, except for, I'll give a shout out to Jodo Jake, Heart Attack, like a whole bunch of other people who really appreciate cards, and they're not thinking first, let me talk about how much money this card is. What they're
facts.
talking about first is the art, and then the art follows, and then that's what really makes that price go up and down or whatever, versus trying to go for just the target of the day.
Hmm.
um but what I wanted to do is like, I see there's a couple notes in the chat that I wanted to address. One of them is asking me like, what are my top 5 Mewtwo's of all time? And what I'll do is, if you're okay with it, I was just gonna go ahead and pull those cards out, and
Bro,
then
let's do it.
I can show them. And then you can address the chat while I'm digging these cards up.
Yeah, cool. Let me say what's up to everybody. What's going on, Hectic TCG? Appreciate you, bro. What's going on? Tyler, what's going on? Pokey Lambo, what is going on? Hatrix, what is going on? Chan, good to see you, buddy. 100%. Anyone can load up on TCG Player and read off recent charts daily. The ones that can show their passion through videos will stand out above the rest. Appreciate that, bro. Really do, bro. That's like really, really awesome words. I'm just a freaking nerd that loves that loves this stuff so much. Bondiga, what's going on? You know that? What's going on? It's not a live stream unless you know that is in the house. And Snack Bread, what's going on? Tyler, what's going on? Black freaking member for 4 months. Appreciate you, dog. Blackwire TCG, what do you think about that record sale for Poncho, Mario, and Festa Pikas in tag 10s?
I actually don't know about it. What was it going for?
Dude, I don't, Tyler, you could put that in the chat. Insane, dude. Dude, the fact that people believe in tag that much to put those ponchos in the tag slabs, it says a lot. It says a lot. Dang, dude, crazy.
Yeah, that's
Super crazy.
signed by Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario and Luigi.
Super gas. See, that makes that card even more special, dude. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the poncho cards, but doing that it just makes so much sense. Hell yeah. That's crazy. That is a crazy one. Thoughts on a Pokemon cardboard becoming thinner over the years? I mean, Japanese, it's thinner, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they print it on toilet paper, dude. We're still buying it. Second time seeing Blackwire. What's up, man? From Snack Bread.
Oh, hey, what's up, Snack Bread?
And then Hectic also says this is the first time live with Brandon I've watched. Yeah, Brandon's a friend of the channel. We've been. This is probably 3 or 4 times we've gone live together. Brandon is and also an encyclopedia like Jodo Jake. So he's very important in this space. He's very important to have on from time to time, of course. Did y'all know if you like the live stream next Pokemon Center pre-order, you won't get errors 17? Yeah, everyone please like the live stream. I like that strategy, Snack Bread. I'm in all the live streams, not just the Pokemon ones. Cool, bro. Appreciate you.
I got my
62K.
5.
Was that Brennan?
I got my 5 cards.
Okay, cool. Let's blow me out. Yeah, 62K for all 3. I'm not sure what the individual price was. That's crazy, bro. 62K for the
That's
tag.
insane. That is insane.
Money laundering, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
So let's see those Mewtwo's.
So if you didn't know, I mean, you could tell by the photo that someone posted up, or like Henry posted up for me. This is my favorite art of all time. This isn't a Egawa art. So of course, absolutely fire, absolutely gorgeous. And you just have to have it in all the pieces together for the Mewtwo V Union. If you have them in the forest, it just doesn't look right. You can't see the full art. So having this in a slab, having it in a tin, absolutely gorgeous.
So crazy. That's Akira, right? Akira Egawa art.
Right.
So fire.
And if you notice, like a lot of her art is on rooftops. And so if you look at even the TCG pocket cards, and when they're fighting each other, it's a Machamp and I think it's Alakazam. Very close style to this, very close. And then also there's what is it called? I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's one of the electric dogs with the black fur and it's kind of like a lightning style. Yeah, electric type.
I know what dog you're talking about. I don't know that name of the Pokemon. Gen 5, right?
I think it is, but absolutely cool card. Sorry if I can't remember perfectly. I got too many Mewtwo's in my head. But definitely Egawa's art, top tier, my favorite artist. So I had to put that one as number 1. Number 2, I'm gonna go with this Mewtwo right here.
Yeah, nasty.
It boggles my mind that they haven't done anything like this. This is just, to me, it's a one of one as far as an art style and the way the hollow pattern glows. Absolutely insane. And then number 3 is this promo here, which goes back to my point about rarity and scarcity and those types of things. So this is a promo card, comes in a 10, but one thing about this card is it's very hard to grade. I've never seen a 10, except for I think PokeRev had a 10 for this card, but he was selling it for like $3,000 or something. So I wasn't like trying to pick it up. I figured someone else would have graded another 10 by now, but I still have not seen any other 10 other than PokeRevs. But
crazy.
Let me see if I can.
He's got the Kamehameha.
Yeah,
that one's fire.
This little Kamehameha rooftop type. Just firing it off. Absolutely sick. And then, of course, got to go with the, just absolutely beast. I think I have like 20 of these in grading right now. But every time I see these cards like in the wild in Japan, I just pick them up. Absolutely love this card.
I have the World Championship one.
I saw. That's sick, man.
It's destroyed, but I think I'm still gonna grade it just because I picked it out myself. Or my girl picked it out. So
that's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah,
love it. And I took this one out the sleeve so that you could appreciate the hollow pattern a little bit more.
Such an OG pose too.
Exactly. That's my point. Is like this, is basically his rookie card to me, because when you think of Mewtwo, you think of him in this pose. Very, very, beautiful art. Ken Sugimori, gorgeous. It's kind of hard to see in the light here, but how the lightning, like strikes and stuff, and in the hollow glow.
What is that from? What's that?
Man, I used to know all that. I used to know which set this was in.
That thing is crazy.
When I was hunting for it, I knew. Somebody probably knows in the chat.
Dude, you have collector or shiny, right?
Yeah. It's on collector.
Bro, I would love to do like a review of your portfolio one day for a video.
You probably get tired of seeing how many cards I got.
No, I would just maybe I just sort by like Mewtwo's and like, just like certain Pokemon. But bro, there's so many cards that you show, like obviously in this video, but even on the Discord, I'm like, didn't even know that card existed.
Exactly. And one thing I want to share with everybody, just to kind of for the chat and for people who are just wondering, what do you do when you've got a market like this where everything is expensive? You're trying to buy a box and you can't afford, you know, all the things that are going on right now. Like, and I'm not trying to basically, like, I'm not trying to show off, but what I'm trying to show is that if you niche down, like if you actually focus on a certain card or a certain thing that you like, you can get a lot of these cards early and they're not going to be as expensive as if you try to follow everyone else's steps. And so if you know that you have a favorite character, if you know you have a favorite like style of card or style like an artist or whatever, then you should try to pursue that first. Because what you're going to find is that if you love it, then it doesn't matter what, you're not looking at the patterns and it's not going to force you out of the hobby. Another thing that you'll find is that you'll understand the entire hobby a lot easier. So when I started out collecting Mewtwo's. So I have, you know, basically, oh, Legends Awaken. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Bro, what a card. So
Yep.
beautiful. So beautiful. I
Yep,
love,
I got
dude, I love how you called it the rookie card too. Like,
yeah.
dude, if we keep on calling it that, it can stick. Got 150, dude. Holy crap.
Yeah, I think I picked mine up at, I mean, well, that one's slabbed. Let me see, PSA 8. Yep. I got it in a 10. So but I picked it up a long time ago. And by the way, like most of these cards, if I said it was my favorite, I probably have it in a 10. I just have a binder portion as well.
Beautiful, bro. So beautiful.
Yeah, but what I was going to share was, if you look at how my binder is set up, then, you know, you start to understand all the cards of the era. Like you start to see certain things. And obviously I just pulled cards out of here. So that's why there's missing page there. And yeah, you can see that's the Japanese one right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for that card in Japan when I go, for sure.
And that's the reverse hollow. But you start to understand like what the different eras are. You start to understand like the EX era, the, you know, all the like species, delta species, how many cards are out there. And then you start to understand like there's certain things that you might catch on to, and you might find something else that you just, no one's going to talk about. And so you can find a ton of deals like that. So I recommend everybody try to find your niche, try to find maybe a character that you love, or, you know, try to take that direction.
Yeah, that's something I did quite early on with the simplified Chinese cards. Shout out to JTR06. Actually, I'm gonna have Jordan on Thursday night late, so understand that's gonna be late for a lot of you guys. It's gonna be 10:30 Pacific, so I don't know what time that is for everybody. Could be a late one, but yeah, he put me onto the Chinese cards, and I was like, nobody's looking at these tag team Chinese cards that are like $30. Like, and then the smaller tag team cards were like less than $1. Like the, you know, the Braxton Charizard, like less than $1. I scooped up every single one. I think I dropped like $200 and bought every single tag team card in simplified Chinese. And now you go look at the price. Dude, should we talk about the play you made, Brennan?
I made a couple plays, but this is one of my, you know, early Chinese pieces that I picked up, obviously because I have like all the Pikachu and Friends cards that I call them. But as soon as I saw this, like I saw it at $100. So I actually picked up this card at $100, graded myself. Good to go there.
So sick.
And then, and you know, I've been messaging you constantly about this one.
Gosh,
so,
man.
you know, I've been watching this price like a hawk. And
Same.
just, you know, watching prices go down and just picking where I think the number should be. Yeah. So yeah, it's good.
All the Pika Gengar cards, I'm watching them every single morning, bro. I got the email alerts on for eBay every single morning. I'm just waiting for something to happen, some news to come out that like those cards are gonna be in the 30th anniversary in English or something. But I don't think they are though, man. I don't think they are.
Yeah, exactly.
So
when we last were on the live, I made a prediction that, you know, the number that I want to see, or like the date that I wanted to see before picking up these exclusives, was going to be seeing what comes out of the 30th anniversary or the equivalent of a Crown Zenith set, because that would close out this era. and it would guarantee that basically whatever those exclusives are, they're not going to be printed in a different language. But what I've noticed is that based on the trend that I'm seeing with all of these Chinese exclusives, there's too many. Like there's too many, and it's too much variety of where they come from. So you mentioned like the tag teams. You mentioned like how like there's certain cards that just don't make sense to print because of like they don't make sense in a player stance. They don't make sense in a what era we're in. Scarlet Violet, you know, it just doesn't, or ZA, it just doesn't make sense for them to try to print an out of genre, like a series or genre card. So I think by the time we're going to move on to the next game, by the time it's time for the next batch of exclusives. So I don't really see it. That's why I made the choice to start like buying into those.
Yeah, I will have Jordan on Thursday, and he'll kind of explain his thought process because he's really tapped into the Chinese market. So he's made a few good points back in our last live over a year ago. So to hear like what new information that he has is going to be like super mind opening, and I hope everyone catches that one as well because like that one is going to determine the market for a lot of these cards, dude. So I love those cards. I just can't pull the trigger just yet. I need to get past the 30th anniversary because I just don't know. The 30th anniversary scares the living crap out of me with what's possible.
Yeah.
It's yeah, Pokemon can do whatever the hell they want, right? So I just tell everyone continue to proceed with caution, especially the big cards, the big like ultra modern cards that we know and love today. Just wait at least until then. But I could be wrong, and I could be missing out on some plays, but I'm willing to take that chance.
Well, I think this is the opportunity. The opportunity we have is when you look at, you know, the latest set. I think it was called like Non-Heal Zero or something like that. Or
Mohikis.
That particular set to me is it's time to take a break. Like it's time to save up your money because we need to get you ready for the 30th anniversary. And it's also Pokemon Company's way of taking a break as well on the prints. And I think in combination with the Mega Dream set as well. Like they're probably taking a break, trying to let their you know, especially like you see the weird order of how they're doing things, you know, sending out the blisters and all these little promo boxes before printing out the ETBs. I think of that as them trying to focus on heavy printing for the 30th anniversary. That's my opinion. Obviously, I don't know the future or what's going to be in store for us, but that's my thoughts on that. And I do want to answer like Hectic's question. He says like, what's our favorite Scarlet and Violet Japanese set?
Oh yeah, I had that favorite. Yeah.
So it's, for me, it's kind of difficult because it says Japanese set, and so in a Japanese set, sometimes like the cards aren't the same. I think Terra Fest is my favorite, but it's not. It's frustrating of why it, and it's because it's not normal. I actually like the Master Ball hollows of that set. I love the fact that all the cards have an opportunity to have texture in Japanese, and they all have an opportunity to have a Master Ball in Japanese. I believe that the Feraligatr is a Japanese exclusive for Master Ball, but don't quote me on that. It might be one way or the other. It might be English as the exclusive or that Japan has exclusive, but I know that Feraligatr is not in one of those sets. But I love that Umbreon Master Ball half art more than I like the Sunbreon card. So that's why I probably say that set is my favorite so far.
Damn, that's a hot one. I didn't expect you to say that at all. For me, it's for me, it's a Mega Dream for sure. In the SV era, yeah. Well, yeah, that's SV era,
it depends on it. That's why I didn't go to direction because it depends on what you call is Mega Dream SV. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's probably be right here. I always have it on deck. Bam. This is my favorite. Easily.
Yeah,
just
I would have. So if the question was English, I would have went Destined Rivals because I love when you put those two together. And don't get me wrong, I don't like the art. I don't like the box art. My favorite box art is the Gloria Team Rocket for sure. But my favorite, if you were to just say Japanese, then I'd have to go the other direction because all that set really has is the Mewtwo in there.
Hmm.
It doesn't have the Garchomp. It doesn't have the Ho-Oh. There's a lot of the Ethan's cards that I love. And so in English, that is my favorite set. But in Japanese, I think it's the Terrafest.
Interesting. Yeah, I did not expect that answer from you at all. I wish we would have. I wish we would have did guesses before we answer that question. Damn, that just shows how much I don't know you, Brennan.
No, it would have been an obvious choice, and I was thinking that initially. It's just that when you actually crack and then start looking at those half arts, man. I mean, the texture on them is gorgeous. It's just absolutely beautiful. So
Yeah, yeah, great. And then we also have another question from you know that he says, does Blackwire invest in English sealed or singles? And what do y'all think is the safest plays that might be easier to flip in the future? What I think might be the obvious prismatic, ascended, and destined. I'll let you go first on
okay.
that one.
So what I will say about the English sealed or singles. So me personally, I'm in the military, so I don't like having sealed products. Period. Sealed products are just hard to move around, and the movers can easily scratch, dent, bend, whatever my stuff. It's a it's a liability if something happens to those boxes, and it's too hard for me to be able to carry those things. It's kind of for me, it's just unsafe. I don't like having sealed as an investment. I have cards because I can carry them. Like if I need to go somewhere or if I need to pack up, I know I can have them with me and I'm good to go. But that's not normal for like most people. Most people have a place that they live and they're just there, but that's not me. Since I move so much, I can't have that much product just sitting somewhere.
For sure.
And then like plays, right? The play you guys and I know this is something that people always they ask, but I think what you really have to ask yourself is what is safest to you is what you love. What is safest to you is what you believe in, and it's not necessarily what these other people are telling you. And I say that because they're the bet like you're the safest plays are boring. The safest play is just buy one of each set, one box of each set, and just let it sit for 5 years, and then be done. That's the answer. Like I don't know what why people try to put too much science into it. And
Exactly.
not knocking that. I mean, this is just a general thing that I think people they overestimate how simple it is to just make money off of products.
Yeah. He's talking about flipping, so let me get to that really quick. I think it's all your time horizon. Like if you want to talk about a quick flip, go take some wild swings at some seal or at some on some singles and then grade them yourself. And when I say like fast, like I think there's a lot of slab opportunities right now. I mean, Brandon was kind of giving us the ones with the Moonbryon. A lot of Umbreons aren't people aren't seeing. But I always had a question. I guess I could ask you now that I have you on here. Like, we show you show the championship cards. We show these like half art cards. Like, if they 10 or close as nines or eights or whatever, and they are really rare, would you say that those would like, essentially be popular at like a card show, or would you be able to move those or flip those easily on like Facebook? What has been your kind of experience
Mm,
with some of those like more niche cards, even though they have a Bulbasaur, Umbreon? Like I would think that they would still do great. It's just they would need a little bit more publicity, and to gain up some more momentum, to then go out and sell those cards. Like I, I wonder. So maybe you
yeah.
can.
So I would say, and I'm not a vendor, but I would think that if someone is a vendor, that their table should have a story. So each table, if you go into it, the first thing you see, if all you see is just like your modern era, cookie cut cards, yeah, sure, you'll be able to move those things quickly. But if, for example, if I was to make a table and I'm at a live or something like, or like a show or something, my table would be very specialized. It'd be very specific to Japan, probably a bunch of exclusive cards you couldn't get from America. So one of the things that I think is, yes, it would be liquid if your display was something that no one has ever seen before. Then they spend more time
Mhm.
on it. I think if it was just that one card and then out of the stack of everything that everybody's talking about, then it probably wouldn't sell. It probably wouldn't move. And I've seen displays where people have just waifus, just certain particular cards, and I mean they do well because it's easier for those people, especially like the cutesy type of cards. Like there's a market for it, and those people come straight to that table. And another thing that is cool about it is that the other vendors know too. So all the other vendors will tell somebody if they're like, "Hey, I'm looking for this card." They know which table has it, like, because
Facts.
that's the table that specifically has it. So they probably direct the people to that individual right away.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I totally agree. But I think that there's not a lot of vendors do that. That's the problem.
mhm,
It's a lot of ultra
yeah,
modern sprinkled with some like random little stuff, which is a problem. I think every car show that I've gone to is just like it's the same ultra modern crap with sprinkled stuff. Like, did they? If any vendors are listening right now, like listen to what Brandon is saying. Like, present a story, and I guarantee you'll 2-3x your daily your daily buys. It's just to me it's clear that we're missing variety and also story in this in the vending space. But
hmm I'm just trying to dig through the questions, see if I missed something.
oh, I got some right here. Hector says I'm about to go all in on Spanish. Hey bro, I'm with you. I'm buying Spanish booster boxes for the collection. Once these English boxes get too expensive, I will be selling all the English boxes and holding the Spanish. Marcus says, "What's up, fellas? How we doing? We're doing pretty good, dude. Glad that you're here.
Good.
Glad you make it to the live. We got 45 live viewers, so make sure you guys hit the like. Give Brandon a follow as well, please. That's what we're here for. Push each other. The other Brandon says, "Add Henry. You're becoming one of my go-to chill guys to watch. You're down to earth. Your consistency is goated. Nose days off." Yeah, I woke up this morning. Brandon texted me. He's like, "I'm free. I'm dying with the flu right now, so I got the tea." But I was like, "Dude, we're doing it." And then I got this giant Rayquaza tattooed on my head yesterday, so I have a giant headache right now. So so we're doing the thing. Chan
I'm
says,
glad.
"JT." Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say regarding the tat, I'm glad you went with the normal ray instead of the mega ray. I think
Yeah,
it looks so much cleaner to
yeah,
be the standard ray. I wasn't sure. I thought you were gonna go mega. I was like, I don't know, man. That's pretty.
yeah.
There's a lot
Nah,
going on there.
the mega is cool, but it just wouldn't make sense with like how much space on the head. And then I just went with the card I showed in the Discord.
Hmm.
I forget what card that was, but yeah, my tattoo artist did a great job. He banged it out in like 2 hours, very minimal pain. Yeah, he crushed it. So I'm happy that people didn't think I was gonna get the Rayquaza tattooed on my head, but you guys will soon to know how crazy I am when it comes to tattoos. JTR is gonna be our Chinese plug. You need to keep him in the closet. Yeah, I know, dude. We need to gatekeep. That's like my favorite word everyone's using, Brandon, is gatekeep.
Yeah.
Like I even like that I want to use your plays and like lose plays in the chat or in the Discord, but at certain times I'm like, dude, I want all the cards that you guys share, and I'm like, I can't. I just can't, dude. Like I need to buy those cards and then I can make the videos because I would yeah, I bought that one card from Lose Picks. It was the all night party with the Umbreon and the
Yeah.
gambling. Just like one of
Yep.
my favorite cards of all time.
Yeah.
Like after seeing you have that card too, dude.
Yeah.
That card is amazing, and no one even knows it. I bought it for like what, $20, $15, something like that. I was like, okay, I need to buy this right now before I make a video on it. It's just too damn good. I believe I have the reverse holo version as well.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have?
Oh, I got another. I'll add a layer to that for you.
Okay.
Since you brought up the all night party,
Yeah.
have you seen this one before?
No. What the hell is
It's a
that?
Karen card. It's a Karen card with an Umbreon in it. Hold up, let me. It's kind of hard to see.
Oh yeah, that's fire. All right. Yeah, you got to post that in Discord so I can buy that right after this video.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give any more details on it.
I love Karen. I love Karen. One of my favorite trainers. Yeah, the all night party. Dude. Insane card. So we gamble every time I go to visit my parents live in Vegas. So every time we land, we go to the station. Like, if you guys know, oh my gosh, it looks exactly like that. I'm pretty sure that is the station that they made the card from. Oh my gosh, what is the station called? Anyways, it's right by my mom's house,
It,
but we go gambling there every single time. So like when I saw that card, I was like, I think I'm gonna grade it and then give it to my mom, and then so she can just like, because she displays all all the kids in her front room. So it'd be pretty cool if I just had like you know, grade it for her and then put it into like a cool like graded guard or something, so she can like see that every day, kind of remind me or remind her of me. So it's pretty. I love it.
that's awesome.
Let's
Um,
see.
sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Another one for you.
Who is that?
Oh geez. So it's Mewtwo battling I forgot the name of the legendary, it's black and white era.
Oh,
But
Griselda? Griselia? Griselia? Is that Griselda?
no, it's one of those dragon type.
Ah, I can't see it. Yeah.
It's very hard to see, but it's another one of those like trainer cards that just happens to have Pokemon in there fighting. Really
Yeah.
cool.
I want to do a full video of just find like battle scenes of half arts that are like trainers or whatever. Like, so sick, dude. Gosh damn. So sick.
Sorry.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. Kamira says, I think 30th anniversary will be overhyped. I think people are putting themselves into a frenzy. You want to tackle that? I like
No,
that
I
question.
mean, good. I'm good either way. Let's just say everybody gets into a frenzy and they all go all in on the 30th, and I start looking the other direction. I start looking 15th or 10th or whatever other, like I'll go in whatever direction people aren't going. And I mean, there's deals to be found, and I like the distractions. I love it when people are so focused on a certain, even like someone mentioned the Spanish. It's great. People focus on the English, or they focus on something else. That just makes it easier for us to be able to find the other stuff that we're trying to get and stack up on those, before
Facts.
people realize that their eyes have just been pulled away from whatever that hot item is.
For sure.
Like when we think about it. So for example, like Magikarp. I think Magikarp is a great example. Shinji Kanda, super popular art rare card. So Japanese Clayburst. I don't know. I forgot what it was in English, but
How they evolved.
yeah, Paldea Evolve. It got so much attention in English, but no one, like in Japan, no one really cared about that card, and it was one of those things where I knew it was a great looking card, and it was, but everybody else was still trying to wait for that, trying to pull the English one, and they're like, think about how hype it is on there, and you just, the opportunity was just waiting for someone to just pick it up in Japanese for a long time before the card actually went up.
Yeah.
Same thing with Tyranitar, and I know how you feel about Groudon, so I'm not going to say anything, but
Hey,
but those
I don't
arts, dude,
hate on them.
they're fire, man. Those arts are crazy good. And so like I agree, like, hey, I think it's going to be hyped, but at the same time, I don't care. Like, it's fine, dude.
I feel the same way. Like, it's I'll get it. I'll get it when I get it.
Yep.
If it takes me 10 years to get the 30th anniversary cards, I'll get it when I get it. There's just
Yeah.
like anyone listening, like you can't as much as Pokemon told us to gotta catch them all, we can't catch them all.
Dude, and I mean, look at the series. Even Ash he didn't do that.
Yeah.
Ash didn't catch all the Pokemon. He said he wanted to be a Pokemon master. But he was releasing characters left and right, right? Like, I mean, he was
Yeah.
letting go all his main ones. And when I think about that, I think about that, maybe there's a card that we love and we're trying to get into a new card that maybe it could be outpriced or something, or it's just hard, it's hard to let go. But to me, it's kind of like, hey, I love this card for a certain amount of time. I appreciated it. It's time to let you go. It's time to get, the next thing. And I'm okay with it because I know that like that next level is coming. So
For sure.
people shouldn't beat themselves up. Once you feel like you got to gut yourself to get a certain card, you're slipping, because that card could drop in price and then you just hurt even more. So it's
For
best
sure.
to just get what you can,
Exactly. It's and then our topic is niche is niching down niche whatever. It's that's like the thing that I always struggled with. Like I'm like, am I a collector? Am I more investor? Sometimes I want to go all in on investing, and sometimes I want to flip, and and then I discovered all these Spanish booster boxes. I'm like, dude, I could own some of these Spanish booster boxes for like $140. They're like the same size as like a normal booster box, right? Normal English booster box. Like, what am I doing? Like, I could own Cosmic Eclipse. I could own Tag Team. I could own. But then, you're all excited and then you bring it to the internet. And internet's like, what the hell are you doing? So you have to remind yourself that, like, it's okay that others don't align with your ideologies or they don't align with your collection. At the end of the day, it's also your collection.
Right.
Like, I mean, this is why, we're talking about niching down and niching down and just to enjoy your collection. Like, I'm sure people are going to, and Brandon, I want to talk about your big play too, into the Chinese Mewtwo, the rainbow. if you want to talk about that, because that is, I love that play.
All right, I'm not gonna tell I can't give numbers because
yeah.
then people are gonna probably try to raid my house or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But I've had for a while, there's a championship Mewtwo. It's exclusive. It was exclusive Japanese. And I don't know if you want to pull this one up, but it's a 364 competition promo, HR. So Mewtwo HR 364 competition is the name of the card.
364 competition Mewtwo. Oh yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Holy
and it
Grail?
has to be the rainbow one. And we can talk about the non-rainbow one, but
this one, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, look at those numbers. Isn't that great? So, and I can see the pop number jumped up since I last had it. But when I had it, there was only like 40 graded in a 10. And there's only about 340 something printed of this competition card. So with that note, I knew that, it was reaching a price that I felt comfortable with. And one thing I recommend to everybody out there is don't look at when you want to sell a card, you need to have a price in your head. And that price, is going to fluctuate over time. But like, if you know your number, that's going to make the sell a lot easier for you. And it's going to make everything a lot more comfortable. If you don't know your number, then you never know when to sell. You never know when it's the right time to move on to something else. And so, I just sold this card maybe a week and a half ago at a card show, knowing that it was at the position where I wanted it to be. And based on what I bought it for, of course, I felt comfortable with it. But I do want to share that you guys just saw my Mewtwo binder there. I actually lost a lot of my cards that were Mewtwo cards because of a fire. So I lost about maybe 30 or 40 of the cards that I used to have. And I've been slowly trying to replace those cards. And so, it's getting to the point where I had made a decision where it's like, okay, I'm working on these one by one, but I need to start speeding up because I really want to get back to where I was. And then also new Mewtwo cards are coming out. So I need to catch up. So I went ahead and sold it. And then I bought a Chinese version that it came out at a much cheaper price. I mean, it was probably like $100 that I picked up the Chinese card for. And if you notice, like I just told you that the population of the Japanese one is only like, it's 100 in that 10, but there's only 300 total. That's nice, but that's not why I love that card. I love that card because I wanted to collect the Mewtwo's. So to me, it's irrelevant. I wanted to make sure I had a binder for it. So I went ahead and bought it and moved into the Chinese version. And of course, it put me in a very strong position that I'm in right now. So, it depends. I'm a collector. Like I don't really consider myself a flipper or a whatever. And so that for me was to restore my collection.
Bro, this is like the greatest flip in Pokemon history.
Yeah. And the thing is, people didn't know that it was in Chinese. Like they didn't know it came out in Chinese, and nor does the Chinese market care about that card.
Nah.
Like it's nothing.
Same thing with the gang or the Greninja and Kingdra promo.
Yeah.
It's not an English exclusive. It's also in Taiwanese. Jordan will talk about that one on Thursday, but yeah, everyone's like it's English exclusive. I'm like, no, it's not. We just don't have enough information on YouTube and just in general. But yeah, bro, I went when Brandon hit me up. I was so happy. I was like, dude, what a freaking play! What a freaking play! And it's just going back to just enjoying the art for what it is. Just like I don't care what language this stuff is in. Like, just gonna enjoy the art.
Yeah. I got these when PSA just went back to grading them.
Oh, the metal.
Yep, the metal Charizards from the anniversary. Sorry, scatterbrain, but just
you're good. You're good. Let's see if they're. I know the Jags had a question for you. Yo, Blackwire, are you holding any older Japanese boxes? CP6 has shot up crazily. I've gotten a Pokeyun box and a few Tag All-Stars. I think the box is underrated currently.
Those are sick. And honestly, like if you went to Japan and Suge will talk about it and Heart Attack will talk about it, most people will talk about it. If you go, I was in Japan, so these boxes were not underrated. These boxes were expensive when I saw them, and I was not willing to pick those things up. So it's different being outside of Japan now, and you guys can probably get a better deal not in Japan than being in Japan. So I think I have to look it up. I have to look up what the market is for these now. But I'm not going to doubt that the prices are probably favorable for everybody.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think you and Dark Ibex told me that on a live. You're like, dude, they're not cheaper in Japan. Don't think they're cheaper in Japan. That's like the home audience, the home team.
Like, frankly, they are rare in Japan. It's hard. Like I walk around. The only way to really get boxes that are older is to go to like Top Secret. And if you go to Top Secret, they're going to destroy you in prices. They know it. They know that they're the only people that have those boxes, and so they're gonna crush you on the price.
Yeah, any of those high end Japanese stores, like you will get annihilated. I remember doing the conversion. I'm like, that's not market,
right?
So it's funny, hella funny. We got one from here. Ciao from Italy. Damn, we got an Italian viewer. Hell yeah, bro.
Ooh.
Appreciate you. Have you seen the new starter illustrations 30th anniversary? Opinions. I love them. They just look like they're very like bubbly and very modern. Have you seen those, Brandon?
I haven't seen them.
Oh, no. All right, I'm gonna pull them up. I'll pull them up right here. Old reliable John.
Shout out to Hectic and you know that for the growing up on Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. Of course I was the same.
Oh, you guys are seeing the ad. Yeah, you guys are also seeing the ad for the glasses I'm about to grab right after this.
Is that legit? Is that that's pretty cool.
They're cool, right? They're perfect.
Yeah,
they're pretty amazing. This little chunky Squirtle right here looks pretty cool. I don't know, man. This is like TikTok brain again for me. I much rather. I mean, call me a boomer, right? But give me a good old fashioned half art and let's call it a day.
I think they have a place. I just wish they weren't all the same. I feel like they're all. It looks like the same card, just someone as if you were going through a coloring book and you're just trying to like put something together and have, hey, color this here, color that there.
Crazy.
I think they lack personality, but at the same time, I do think they're beautiful cards.
Yeah, they are beautiful and they're connecting arts as well. But yeah,
that's why. Okay, yeah, never mind. I didn't know that they were connecting. But yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, they're cute, they're cool, but to me they just look like, I don't know, like a sticker you would find on, like I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like you can peel the characters out. Like you can peel off the Bulbasaur, peel off the Charmander, and you can stick them like wherever you want to.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're cute. I think they're cool, but someone's gonna be happy that they're in their binder, just not me. I don't know. Is this what we're doing for the 30th, Brandon? Is it, huh?
Dude, I'm just looking forward to the next Pikachu and Friends card because like to me, there's two things I'm collecting right now. One is of course the Mewtwo's. The other one is the Pikachu and Friends cards. obviously, when I'm talking about um, someone's gonna die in their grave trying, or like roll over in their grave seeing that this is a CGC, but they just didn't have any for sale. They didn't have any PSA 10s for sale, and I got a really good deal on this one. So it is what it is, and it looks really cool with the black. So I'm gonna keep it. But the Battle Festa cards, how they've got like the other characters and stuff on there, Sylveon, Lucario, stuff like that. I like those cards, so I think I've got all of them.
Damn.
Yeah, I've got all of them. So.
Yeah, I think I got all of them. Yeah. Yep, I do. quick. Hectic says, I'm changing my business strategy for my store, boys, getting rid of English sealed and only selling all other languages, starting with Japanese and Korean. Want to have Chinese plus Spanish. Dude, that would, if you do that, let your boy know, and I will gladly share your store just like I do with Heart Attack every video. So I would love to help.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that sounds super cool. Because like, yeah, I have a Korean plug, the Pokeo.shop. I hit them up for a sponsor. I was like, yo, I've been promoting you guys for like 3 years. Can you take $5 off my order, please?
Yeah, the beauty of that one is that, like, if someone knows that they love a card's art, you can access it. And so I love the fact that you're allowing people to have access to the cards and without them feeling like they're going to be priced out. And I feel like people feel like they're being priced out of the market every day just by looking at YouTube, looking at these price chartings, and they feel like they don't have a way to get in. So we need to have people like this that are, actually stepping out and saying, hey, you know what? We have a way, we have an answer for you. So I respect that.
Bro, I try to push like the other language and stuff, and I love pushing that stuff, but dude, no one wants to click on that on the YouTube side. Like every time I make that one of those videos, it's like 100 views. I'm like, damn, that was a huge waste of time. And it kind of like brings me back to reality. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm not as good as what I thought, but it's like, maybe when I get to like 10, 15, 25K, then I can start bringing more of that light to and people will start to notice a little bit more. But at 4K followers, bro, it's hard to push the other languages. Like, no, dude, I bring out Korean and they click off like instantly. I see the graph, and every time I get to the Korean section of the video, like my graph just falls off a chart. Like there's like no one that cares about it. So it's it's mathematical. Like I was giving Hectic some advice for the YouTube stuff, and a lot of you guys that make YouTube videos, make sure to check your charts and see when people click off the videos, because the moment I talk about Chinese or Korean, and if I don't talk about the Chinese exclusives, like nobody, literally nobody.
All right, I got something for you. Next time people give you some crap about talking about a different language, I want you to show them, or I want you to bring up this card here.
Oh, is that on?
Because that's the Ancient Mew. But my point with this one is, who the heck can read this card? Right? Like, I mean, I know that there is an actual language here and that there is some type of definition, but every kid, grew up and they know what card this is if they went to that Pokemon movie. And people still collect it if they're English collectors. I still see it in people's tables that are English collectors tables.
Yeah.
But read it. Go ahead, read it for me. Like the idea that you don't pick up a card because you don't understand the language, that means that nobody should have this card in their collection.
Facts.
So I just, I fail. Like, I don't understand the alignment of people's, when they talk about like, oh, I don't understand, I can't read it, like
they say one thing and do the other, dude. That's just what it is. Like,
did you know, like, that card went from 15, like, I mean, basically when I was looking at those cards, people were giving them away. I mean, it was like $5, $15, $10, something like that. And now if you want that card, I think it's around 100 and something to get them. And it's insane. It obviously the price has went up, but why? If it's not in English, then it shouldn't matter. No one should be picking it up.
Facts. Let's see. Let's get some of these chats. Snack bread. Wait, what? You got a Rayquaza face Ray tat? Yeah, right here. There you go. Is it better? It goes all the side of my head. Yeah. Do y'all snack bread picking? What's your picture in a Discord? Is it? No, it's Mewtwo, right? Is your picture in a Discord? No. Snack bread picking a Discord.
I think the Dialga point was dealing with a Mewtwo card, maybe.
Oh, okay. Oh, was it him? Was it?
But it wasn't. I
It
think it's
wasn't,
like a
right?
Xerneas or some like no. I'm trying to think
Mm.
of. It has the it has like a horn like this on its head.
I forget what
Uh,
I forget too.
I'm gonna have to look it up. People are
Here
gonna
you
be
go.
like, "Man, you're stupid."
Here's a question. Do either of you guys still wait, do either of you guys still out some Japanese cards? Do you really well, even though they have an English counterpart that does not do as good? How can you tell which Japanese card will do good long term? I was kind of hard to read without the commas. Do you either of you guys still out some Japanese cards do really well? Do you kind of get what he's saying, Brendan?
Um, I think what he's trying to say is like, are there cards that we would pick in Japanese that we wouldn't pick in English because they don't do well in English?
Oh, interesting.
And I think, when it comes to that, I go back to what I said initially, which is just like, if you pick a card that you really are into, then it doesn't matter. Like I think that we know in general cards typically do well. And if you know, like based on your experience, and obviously take those L's, right? I mean, we all have to learn and grow as we go through this market, but I feel more comfortable knowing where the trends go and like knowing that in the summer it's probably going to raise up, and then in the summer there's probably going to be a little dip, and then it's going to simmer down as we get closer to the winter. You kind of know the trends of the market, so I I think pick what you love. Like if the car looks cool and you like it, pick it up.
Facts. I mean, the obvious answer, right? Which cards do better in their respective language is the waifus or any female full art trainer in Japanese, of course. Like you look at the price difference, there's no way, there's no way some of those cards are obtainable. Um,
Well, I mean, I mean, this is a whole live in itself. You know my plays that I'm doing with the waifus right now.
yeah,
But what I'll share, I'm not going to be a full gatekeeper, but what I'll share is I think a lot of people need to look at in the waifu market. If you talked to me 2 years ago about waifu cards versus, he said no waifus. Um, if you look at where we are right now, it's kind of in a flipped situation. So English waifu cards are pretty much being priced higher than Japanese waifus right now. So do what you want to with that, but that's what I'm seeing right now.
bro. There's one thing that this new market definitely does not remember because they haven't been here long enough is that waifu boom, and I think it's gonna smack a lot of people upside the face. Like oh, I didn't see this coming. It's like, bro, because you just got here. Once
Yeah.
it comes, it's gonna catch a lot of people by surprise. I'm saying that right now.
Yeah, and I've never even in the Sword and Shield era, there was not that many trainer cards. Like take out the trainer gallery, okay? When I'm saying making a
Yeah.
statement, but besides the trainer gallery, you see how many freaking end cards we got this year, like or in the 365 days, how many end cards we have, how many freaking Cynthia cards we have, how many Lily cards we have. I mean, this is crazy. I can't believe we have like, you got Lily's Clefable twice in 365 days. Like you got stuff everywhere when it comes to waifus. So to me, I think we're getting started again. Like it's going full motor, a full blast on the waifu market. So I think people are going to be too late by the time it picks up, or by the time people recognize that it's already happening.
For sure. Yeah. Snack Bread also says, I'm on the Shrouded Fable Kingdra and Greninja promos, and yeah, Chinese just got the Greninja. Yep. So it's not a play anymore. Sadly.
Mhm.
Let's see. Cosmo Hollows is where half art shine in the era. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Henry knows that I'm picking up a whole bunch of Cosmos Hollows. Oh my
Dude, and
goodness.
they're available. They're
Yep.
so but no one wants those. It's so crazy. Broke Pokemon, what's going on, bro? He says Korean. Yeah, I've been all in on the Korean hype train. I think I was one of the only English oh fire. Yeah. Super, super fire. Damn. My boy went all in.
Don't wait, man.
Yeah, I know, bro. My wallet says I gotta wait though.
I remember. Uh,
You're an absolute savage. Give me that. Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Hector says, keep that shit going, Henry. Eventually, people will listen. Remember that people used to laugh at the idea of collecting/investing into Japanese singles. Yesterday's weird can be today's normal. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. What were you showing, Brandon? Sorry, I had to
oh, showing on my end. Well, not all. These are just the ones that I have in this page, but
all the
I
ends.
have plenty of end cards coming through.
Gas. We've gotten so much end love this freaking past year too. Holy crap, bro!
I'm loving it.
That wasn't on my bingo card though. Like,
yeah,
was like the end love and the Lily love, like two of my favorite trainers of all time. And then like they just like I remember when the Lily's Clefairy from Starter Deck 100 got premiered, and everyone's like, "We really need another Lily card." I'm like, "Yeah, I love Clefairy. Clefairy is one of my favorite Pokemon. I absolutely need another Clefairy and another Lily card." So,
yeah, you can see the puff in the corner there too.
Oh yeah, and Jigglypuff, bro. Jigglypuff with Lady Gaga at the Super Bowl, insane.
Yeah, I was loving
so insane, dude. I hate SR trainer cards. Oh man, yeah, dude. Most people here never saw that there were so many waifus that blew up, and yeah, SV and even Mega has so many good waifus that they'll be late when they boom again. Yeah,
Yep.
Dude, you always have to you always have to ask yourself like, what is going to be like the 1 or 2 steps ahead, at least 1 or 2 steps ahead. And like me and Brandon, we always speculate together and on Instagram. So kind of take what we say with a grain of salt. We're kind of giving you guys a little insider trading to the Pokemon market. That's where our head is. I think so. Let me I want to talk about that really quick. So the reason I am thinking that way, and I agreed with you when you, and I know we're probably not on the same page with this. You have your theories, I have mine. But for me, with what is a OB3, the new One Piece set with all the female trainers, dude, that's going to attract so many people just because of the waifu trainers or whatever over there in One Piece. And I think a lot of people are going to think foolishly or correctly that the same plays are going to be over there in Pokemon. And that's why I think all these investor flippers, scalpers, whatever you want to call them, are going to start putting their money into. So I'm already ahead of the pack. I already have my female full art trainers like ready to go. If I have to let them go, just like you said, make sure you have a number in your head just in case it gets there. Like it's silly to hold some of these cards that you paid $20, $50. They go up to $500. It's kind of silly. You can do what me and Brandon do, buy in, Chinese, Korean, whatever. But guys, it's time to be okay to let some of these cards go if they hit a crazy value that's gonna like really help you financially in life. Like at the end of the day, it is just shiny cardboard, and we got to be okay with just letting them go to help our actual lives, like as much as we love this.
Yeah.
What's your kind of thought process behind the we might get another female full art trainer boom? Is there any thought process?
There's a couple layers to it. I mean, you hit it on the head with one of them, which is, I got it. One Piece lovers can't touch them. Like they're gonna love One Piece and they're gonna do what they do. But it shows that the market is real when it comes to people who actually love the characters and they love the character art, and that there's a market for them still. And when the crash happened, there's a whole bunch of things that went into play when that waifu crash happened. One was that Japan had just opened up PSA in Japan. They just opened up the Chinese market and when I say Chinese, I mean like the what is it called?
Simplified Chinese.
Simplified.
That's a new one. Yeah.
So they opened up a simplified market, and then they allowed for those who are coming from China to actually pick up the Japanese cards and have a market from there. So there's a lot of influx of changes of things that are happening because, of course, and then also buyouts, huge buyouts were happening, but buyouts in different directions than what we would normally see because you just have different people looking at the cards. So what I kind of see is that was a very turbulent moment, but we're back to stability now, and people understand what is happening. Of course, the growth of One Piece now, and now that there's some stability in what PSA is doing over there in Japan, now that the market is stable with the tourists and stuff in Japan, I think that we're at a point now where it's going to be back on trend. It's not as crazy as that time that caused that drop. And then, of course, with the pile-ins of all of these like characters, where you have a trainer and you have the Pokemon right, side by side with the trainer arts. I think Pokemon Company knows that people love that, and they're continuing to deliver on those things. So I can't really see this going anywhere. Another thing I did was I played ZA on purpose to like see who the main trainers are, who the main characters are, see if they're interesting. Do they have personality? Do they have something that like is gonna reside in other people? And I totally think that given the game obviously is like a meh game, it's all right. But I will say that the characters that how they design these characters is definitely going to appeal to the younger community, to the people who still love waifus and those types of things.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I need to play ZA. I do like what's the Iono clone? Canary. I think she looks really
Canary.
cool.
Canary is definitely going to be a fan favorite. And they just got started with Canary. They're not where they are, going to be with that character. I think they still have like probably about 2 more prints of alternate art for that character.
Damn. So yeah, and then I mean, we looked at when we went to University of Japan. Who was leading the parade was Iono. So it just says everything.
Yeah.
I would like here's my recommendation to everybody that I mean, I know that asked quick plays or flips or whatever. I would just grab some of these female full art trainers, the most popular ones before they go parabolic, especially in English. That's what where I would park some of these dollars. But
yeah. And the funny thing is, a lot of those Cosmic Eclipse trainers dropped in value, severely dropped. And there's a lot of I'll give this hint because I think that this is one where people, they're not quite like looking these ones up, but I would say that there are tag team Pokemon that have a trainer in them, but they're not called a trainer card. And those cards look freaking crazy. And like those cards have cut in half. The price is half of what I probably paid for originally. And so now I'm just doubling back down onto those cards because it makes no sense. We know that tag teams are popular, but somehow the tag teams that have a trainer in them are not as popular for some reason. So to me, it's an anomaly, and it's something that you guys could probably capitalize on.
Capitalize on for sure.
No financial advice.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, like, and then every time I make one, it's like, let's just say I make one of these videos right now, bro. Like, everyone's gonna be like, "You're trying to pump like you and your friends back." I get those comments like every single video. You're trying to pump your friend. Like, dude, I don't even have this card. I'm just telling you, like, it's cool. Most of these cards I talk about on these videos, like, I don't have. I just like the art, So for Brandon, it's different. He owns the cards, but yeah, I'm not trying to pump. We're not trying to pump anything. We're not trying to, we're just speculating. That's all we're doing.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like I don't get it for people like us because I mean, what does a pump do? One card goes up in price. Like, yeah. I mean, the one card that I own goes up in price. But isn't that the same with any card that goes up in price? Now, if I had a stake in 100 copies, or like if I had like half the market or something like that, I got it. But when it comes to my collection, the cards that I show probably only have 1 or 2 of those things. I don't have a big stack of 20th anniversary Pikachus. It's not like I'm gonna go and buy out the market and stuff like that. So, I mean, if I say something and it doesn't really. I'm not that kind of person, and I don't. And I mean, Henry, is not going to be trying to buy out the whole, market to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think those are different people.
We don't have that. I don't have that type of bread to be buying out an entire freaking market. There is,
Yeah.
there I forget what live I was watching, but they're saying like there is all these like these whales, these Pokemon whales that are listening to like smaller. Like he was interviewing, I forget who was interviewing, but yeah, that's another one that's very very underrated. But that there's all these Pokemon whales that are actually listening to like these like podcasts that have like 100 views or these small so it can get like really niche plays. And you're like, oh,
Mhm.
how did the Detective Pikachu Growlithe go up $400? No one's talked about it. Yeah, none of the big Pokemon YouTubers talking about it, but these whales are watching everything. They're watching everything. They're trying to hear where like the niche plays aren't going to be in card whatever Jodo or whatever Twice Baked Jake and Robo Skills podcast. Like you're not going to get plays on there. But
Mhm.
you're going to get plays from like, from smaller podcasts and conversations like this. So I don't know. I try to watch my mouth. This is what I'm trying to say.
I got you. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what let's see here. Is it Guis Pierre Dio?
What did
I'm
he
trying to
say?
figure out what they're saying about this Detective Pikachu PSA 10 in the background. I'm trying to find out.
Do you have one in your background?
Am I supposed to be looking for something here? Or are you saying that like if you graded it in a 10, the background looks nice or something?
Oh,
I'm not
maybe,
sure.
maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
We have a question here. I think it's just speculation. They said that I have a Lily from GX Battle Booster Japanese ready to sell if the time comes. I don't think they'll go parabolic. The SV1's too high in pop. English have a market nearly as strong as Japanese. Mm,
I
I'll let you go first.
well, define high pop because
I was just about to say that.
I mean, isn't yeah, I mean, if we're talking about high pop, I mean, Burger Chew should be 10 cents.
Facts.
I mean, if we're talking about the what is it, the Van Gogh Pikachu? Like Van Gogh Pikachu should probably be like $5 or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, based on population. Um, the parts that I think are going to be key is really not necessarily high pop, but high demand and when. So like maybe it's not high demand right now, and that's fair. But what do what are cards and what makes people like certain cards? That's something that you can't just. I think a lot of people are buying cards because someone told them that card is that's the top card, or look where the price is going. They're not actually buying the card because they feel like they have a resonance with that card. And so I'm just saying that like when I'm looking at these certain cards that I for specifically for some of the waifus, some of the trainers, they can resonate with people because they were like you mentioned that one of the cards, I think it was Iris, reminds you of your cousin.
Yeah, my little cousin or my
That's an
niece. Yeah.
example where a card could resonate. Or I remember somebody talking earlier about the Trubbish situation where they were like, "Oh, I really love Trubbish." They really identify with those cards, but that pop didn't really come into play with those things. This is just what people love, and so when we talk about those things, I think we're focused more on the like, hey, it's probably something people will identify with, not necessarily pop number 6 or something like that.
Yeah, we kind of touched up on the pop situation earlier in this live, but I don't think that stuff matters anymore, to be completely honest. Like it's so corny to me when vendors have that on the cards. It's like, oh, pop like 200. I'm like, I don't care. If I want the card, I want the card. If I don't want the card, I want it doesn't make me want to spend even more money on this card because you had a pop 200 on it. It doesn't matter. I mean, just like Brandon said, Umbria, the Moonbryon, Van Gogh Pikachu are just really good examples of the demand just outweighing whatever situation you put it against.
But with that said, there is something to say about population. There is something to say about like cards that have been like printed to the absolute ground. That's why I don't own I don't own a Burger Chew. I don't own a what do you call it, Van Gogh Pikachu, because I don't resonate with those cards. I mean, honestly, I think they there was a time where maybe I would have thought about picking them up, but I mean, given like it's just hype at that point. It's not actually people caring about the art.
No, I agree. It's hard to say, it's hard to convince people that what they're buying is not hype. Like we could have a megaphone. We've been here for quite some time in this hobby and we can just scream at the top of our lungs every single time that it's just all hype, but people are just gonna continue to buy and buy, and that's why like it really doesn't matter, with
Mhm.
what we say. It's like if people like the card enough, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Um, well, I would like would you say like maybe a Burger Chew PSA like 5 would be like more. I don't know, like would people want that more than like a 10 because it's like pretty much a 10 every time, or like
Oh my
a PSA
goodness.
1 or like a PSA 1 or something like would
Well,
that like.
actually, yeah. Actually, I think that there is a market for like these PSA 1 people because it's just like can you get it? Like, how do you stop? Like, how do you get land a 1 versus landing a altered or damaged or whatever, whether you kick it back and stuff. I've got one right here. I think I've posted this on my Instagram where it's a PSA 1 and I've got no freaking clue why it's a PSA 1. I mean, it's obviously well centered. It's got no whitening anywhere.
So weird.
Yeah, I know it's hard to tell. I'll give this one to Jodo Jake so he can tell me what's up. But I mean, one wise, like maybe a 8 or something like that. I got you, or like maybe a 7. And speaking of that, sorry, going on a tangent here, but this is something like I want to make sure I relay to people because people get too caught up in PSA 10s. It really, I just don't get it. Because when you look at what the definition of near mint is, a near mint is a PSA 7. So all those cards that people are like looking online and are like, trying to scale through and someone posts this near mint. I mean, you're basically in all those cards, those raw cards that you're looking at from the conventions and stuff. Those, if they say near mint, you're talking about a PSA 7.
Yep.
That's what you should be thinking you're picking up. It's not a mint or a gem mint. Gem mint is the 10 from a PSA stance. So I think a lot of people are so caught up in like looking at the cards and they're like freaking out and they're mad because their card got an 8 or they're mad because their card got a 7. But what's wrong with a 7? I mean, in the grand scheme of what the reality is of a card, if your card is a near mint, then that you should appreciate that you have a near mint card, that you have a card that is quote unquote, it could be pack fresh, whatever you want to call it. But if you're a collector and you're collecting cards that are near mint, you did a dang good job. And that's why I think it's funny because I can get cards at a huge discount from my binder or whatever because people don't want the 7s and they're giving away at like way less than a raw price. And I love it. That's opportunities for me. And that's how I have super clean cards and they're just, and I'm able to appreciate them. But a lot of people, they look at the number and they don't want it. I'm like, all right.
That's an excellent point. Everyone thinks like near mint is like a 9 or 10. It's like that's definitely not. Go look at a PSA for everyone that doesn't know about grading. Go look at PSA's standards on their website. It tells you exactly what Brandon just said. It's about a 7. So especially
Yeah.
for English, yeah, it's about a 7. But
Yeah.
with us Japanese guys, it's we're definitely blessed because a lot of people, dude, like a lot of Japanese collector friends that I have, they don't even pre-grade them. They just let them
Mhm.
fly. Like, yeah, it's probably good.
Yeah.
Probably come back at 9. Like, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Should probably pre-grade those.
Yeah, and I mean, and that shouldn't discourage people. Like if people really want to see their card graded, there's more layers to it. You're talking about authenticity. You're talking about like having your card preserved in a nice way. People shouldn't be as like down on stuff that is not like that quote unquote 10 if they really love the art and they're trying to preserve the art. And I got that the price numbers are different and they fluctuate. But at the end of the day, the funny thing is, if people really are concerned with that price, then what you should do is do the reverse of what the graders do. You go find stuff online that's PSA 7, crack them, sell them raw. You basically are doing the same thing as if you were hunting forever to find a PSA 10 card, to find a card that's PSA 10 quality and then grading it and then getting your card, like all that stuff. You could just go the reverse. You could do that.
Damn, dude. All right, we gotta cut you off. You're giving too much sauce, bro. All these vendors are like, damn, why did what was their PSA 7 buyouts right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Sorry.
so perfect example, right? Let's just go through Henry's graded cards that he has on the desk. I always have these on my desk because they're beautiful to look at. But all right, start right here. This War Turtle. All right, this is a 7, not
Clean.
a 10. We got Eric's Christmas present from my boy. This is a 9. We have the 1997 Japanese Rocket Dark Charizard, and this was a 4, PSA 4.
But it looks good.
Looks great. We also have the Blaine's Charizard, 1999, PSA 6. And lastly, we have the Cardass War Turtle in a 9. Not a single 10, not a single. Yeah, all over the place. But yeah, I don't mind them. I love them. I love them regardless. And they're great. They're freaking great cards. I also like what Brandon said to just buy the 7. They're just cheap. They're usually for Ultra Modern, if you find a 7, man, they're like under near mint. It's under,
Right.
so it's you get a discount.
I mean, heck, 9s are under near mint. So
Stupid, dude.
it doesn't matter to me.
How long have you? Oh yeah, S tier.
So
We need
bottom
more of
line
that
is the
stuff.
sticker, man. So like, if you're telling me a sticker graded an 8, I'm happy with that. The chances of finding a 10 for these cards, like, I mean, I got it. Like, I understand. But as a collector, these cards are beautiful.
Oh smack.
And we talked about in the Discord this art recently, how these are the cover cards, right? Like, this is the cover of the Game Boy Red, Pokemon Blue, and then Pokemon Green, of course. Like,
All fire.
I don't care if they're 8 or 9 or whatever. Like, this is a beautiful card.
But there's gonna be those people that just want to obsess over grabbing that perfect PSA 10 and pay the.
Need the 10. Well, go find one in a 10. Sure. Like, you know what I mean?
Good luck,
I'm
buddy.
good. I could barely see this card, period. Like, you barely find a card, period.
So fire. Yeah, I still need that one. That's one that's definitely on I need to have in my list 100%. God damn. Did they make all 151 starters in the stamp?
I don't think they're all in that hollow. But
oh yeah.
Look at that Ken Sugimori.
Ken the goat, bro. Ken the freaking goat.
Yeah. And then there you go. There's my near mint copy.
You have a pretty big PSA submission out right now, right?
Yeah, I got like maybe 400 or so cards out right now.
Yeah, I just sent a 20 card, and then I have another 40 I'm looking at sending, and then I have maybe another 10 that I'm gonna do a pre-grading video. Just for fun, dude. I wanted to try some different content. I want people to roast me like, you can't believe you didn't see that that tiny white dot in the. It's like, I wasn't there, buddy. That's the camera. You know, I've been watching a ton of grading videos lately, and it's so interesting to see like the inconsistencies of like grading. If you think you have a good eye, like you have a pretty good eye. I mean, I think a lot of people miss the when it comes to grade. Like I watch all these grading videos, and these guys have been doing it for 20 plus years. They miss like the different angles of like the print lines or the scratches, or certain era cards are like notorious for print lines on this area. Like when you don't have that knowledge, it's kind of tough. But for the most part, most people just look at the front and the back and they're like, oh, it's good. I'm like, no, bro, there's so much more like depth that you need to take into consideration before sending these cards. And then they come back, they're like, 8, I don't know, this got an 8. It's like, you can see the giant print lines that was going through the Pokeball at that angle, but it's gonna be fun. I like I said, I'm trying to try new stuff for the channel. Let's try to take. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, what I'll share about another thing about grading that people really need to think about, especially if you're grading through PSA. I know that CGC is a lot faster. I can't remember if Tag is a lot faster, but when you're sending your things out to be graded, and it's going to take you 3-4 months, depending on what type of grading thing you're doing, you have to think, is your card that you're sending out to PSA, especially if you're trying to sell it, right? You got to think about what is that like at that at the price of the card at the time of you getting it back in your hands. You can't think about the price of the card right now if it was a 10, because 3 months later, the market might have already gone. Like the market may be already moved on to the next set. I mean, I can actually guarantee that. I mean, well, I shouldn't say guarantee, but 3 months from now, like we're not going to be talking about Make a Dream. You know, we're going to be talking about maybe a set two boxes apart from now. And so it's important that people, when they're trying to send their stuff for grading and got it gets a 10 or something like that, that's awesome. But it's not going to be the 10 price you think of today. It'll be the 10 price you're thinking of X months from now. And that might influence your decision process on what you grade, especially like brand new cards, because that timing is very important. Sometimes you may actually be better off just snapping and selling that card right now, because maybe you're going to get the price because you're the first to get that hit. And the population, relatively, and the demand is super high, population relatively low. You may find that near mint pricing is probably better off. Example I would give is the gold cards. The gold cards, those specialized cards, super hype, right? Or they were hype a couple months ago, for example. Those would be example where you'd probably be better off if you quickly sold those at the near mint or mint whatever price, and then instead of trying to send it, what's it called, at the lowest cost,
the bulk tier.
Yeah, and I mean, I hope we don't go back to a grading process, like, because that's a totally different story. Now, man, you forget what cards you sent.
I have a friend that he's been waiting 6 months, still hasn't got his card back, bro. So crazy. I want to talk about that gold card really quick. So tomorrow, obviously, we do the 11 a.m. podcast with Eric. I want you guys all to tell him that I was right, and that since the advice I always give Eric, he doesn't take to heart because it's coming from me. I was like, dude, sell that freaking Lucario gold card and get what you actually want. I literally told him 100 times. I was like, I will drive and go to a card show, just get something that you want. And he's like, no, I'm just gonna hold on to it. I'm like, I kind of want it. I'm like, trust me, bro, that gold card is not gonna hold up. Just sell it. Just freaking sell it. Hold on. Now he's like, oh, I regret not pulling the trigger and not selling it. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you gotta listen for someone that watches this market like 24/7, like a hawk. I'm like, that gold card, I knew those gold cards were not gonna hold up. Anybody that's been in this hobby for years knew that those gold cards were not gonna hold up. I don't care how much we put those on a pedestal.
I'd say, like, I got it, but we all need those sucker punches, man. We all need that one thing that just, like, you were like, man, I got to follow the train. I got to do what these people are telling me, and they get punched in the face once. I mean, just get punched in the face once. I think it's okay for people to to try to do something, and then they realize, like, man, that was way off, because they're not going to do it again. I mean, I have a lot of situations like that for me, and I mean, that's why I feel very comfortable with the types of cards that I look into, just because I stopped getting into the things where it's too much mystery about them. Like, I don't mess with those things anymore. And then if you notice, like we talked about the play with the exclusive competition card.
Yeah.
I got into that competition play because it was the only card. But once I noticed that it wasn't printed in Chinese, that's when I got out immediately, So most people would be like kind of naive about it, but it's important that people understand, like, what's their cap, and then why did they get into certain things, and if it's time to get out, even if it's a drop, like, maybe it's time to get out.
Yeah, and I want to touch up on that really quick. And just like, as well as send stuff in that you don't mind coming back and you have to hold for your collection. Like Jodo Jake and Ern had that podcast. It's like, what is it? Collectors, real
collectors, fake
Like
investors or
investors.
something
Yeah.
like that?
It's like if you collect, like collectors always win, right? If you just collect the stuff that you love and you don't mind it coming back a 9 or 10, yeah, you wanted the 9 or 10 to sell, but you don't mind looking at that Umbreon or whatever Pokemon it is, like you're gonna be okay. It's when these people they try to become this greatest Pokemon flipper tomorrow, and they invest all their money into a certain card, and they don't really know too much about the market. Like you said, if it's in Chinese or any of the, like, oh, it's an English exclusive, insert Pokemon card here. I went all in. Oh, it turns out that it's going to be printed in Chinese or whatever, and people get burned that way, and then that part of the hobby gets kind of they kind of get turned off to that area. I'm like, I just recommend, most people are just collectors. Like, just stay in your lane. You can experiment just a little bit, but don't try to, I don't know, people just try to do too much.
Right.
When they should just collect the cards that they like, maybe grade 1 or 2, and then let one go, It's the little things that will eventually add up to if you're flipping into a bigger box or bigger card, like small wins. I think too many people try to hit the home run play every time.
Right.
It's just it's baby steps. I try to preach that on this channel like every day, but the questions I get, bro. Some people are like, I'm trying to turn. I got. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah, I got you, man. I just saw Shug's comment on the Iona's watch roll.
Oh, I know, Shug. We're gonna have to. we're gonna have to sit on those for. But I like that card. Like, I love that card. I'm gonna grade some, and then I'll do them for a giveaway. Like, it's a beautiful card. Like,
right.
Whatever. Like, it's I didn't go all in. I didn't go as heavy as Shug did. Like, when I say like I went heavy, I bought like 3 cards or 5 cards. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, and then I gave you, I think, 1 or 2, something like that.
Yeah, so there's the 5, right? There's I bought the 3. There's the 5.
Oh yeah, you're gonna crash the market, man. What are you doing?
The market,
manipulating.
me, you, and Shug, we own 90% of the market, and Earn actually owns the other freaking 50%. I want to take this Sailing's question. He says, I like Japanese because there is nuance between first edition and unlimited, and people don't have the bandwidth to understand which version of which card is short printed, leads to opportunities.
That's totally fair, man. And a lot of people don't even like think that Japan has first edition cards, and I'll do you one even better. Because you mentioned the first edition piece, there's also in Japanese, the base set actually has a first edition as well, but most people don't think that Japan has a base set or like a first edition base set. So what I have here is it's shadowed, so it's very hard to tell, but what you can see is in the bottom camera, it's camera left, but it's I think the bottom right hand corner, there's no rarity symbol on it. Like, there's no rarity dot. The dot should be right there, but it actually doesn't have anything on there, and that's an example of a quote unquote first edition base Mewtwo. So the significance of that is obviously, oh sorry, I was supposed to be on the other side, or yeah, I pointed at the right side. Sorry, I'm looking at the camera. It looks reversed. So yeah, the cool part, and here's you can see the rarity in English, the rarity dot right there.
Yeah.
For the first edition shadowless here. But it's actually rarer than a first edition shadowless, because Japan didn't realize that when they did the first print run of the Japanese card, that they didn't print the rarity symbols on them. So when they screwed up, I think it was like a 3-month period where they ran it. And then after that, they stopped, and then they stopped printing those rarity symbols. So this is another example of equivalent of a first edition. But that goes back to my point about, like, when you start to niche down, you start to understand a lot about the hobby that nobody would understand. But you can't do that if you focus on everything, and if you focus on only things that people are telling you to focus on, because it's just too much stuff.
Yeah. I think if people watch my channel, you'd be very confused on what to buy. That's all. That's what I'll say. It's like this. What I think someone called me Mr. Worldwide yesterday. That shit was hella funny.
Yeah,
I was dying.
Yeah, man, I believe it. And then if there's certain like things people have, if they want to throw in a chat like a certain character or certain uh like genre that they like, then I might be able to steer them to something that might be exclusive in Japan or hook up some. I'll stop.
Stupid.
Yeah, but yeah, if there's somebody who wants to throw something in the chat, I might be able to steer them in a good direction for their collections.
Since we're talking, since the topic is, let's take some questions before we get out of here. But I also want to talk. Let's just do like our last minute like niche. What's some niche things that you're kind of getting into right now? If you want to share, you don't have to, or maybe a suggested potential niche that you're gonna hop into.
Well, we just talked about the Cosmos Hollows. So I'm picking up the popular character Cosmos Hollows. I'm looking at auctions and I'm seeing, people just really don't care. A lot of the Costco promos have the beautiful hollow, Cosmos Hollow. I was shocked to see that there's one of my Mewtwo's is going crazy up in price for a Cosmos Hollow here. Dude, and I don't even know why, man. But like,
is it booming right now?
Oh, it's absolutely exploding in price, and I got it for like $10 or something. But
bro, I have it. I'm pretty sure that's from what's that? Evolving Skies?
I wish I could tell you, man, because there's so many versions of this card that I don't even know, dude. Let me see. It says it's 2022, so it's in that right ballpark here.
Huh. Let's see first one in the chat.
First hollow. But the Cosmos Hollow specifically it's an exclusive. It's either Best Buy or something like that. I think that's why it's
dude, I have that card. Like I have hundreds of those cards in my bulk pile right now.
Hey man, I'll buy them from them.
I'll send them to you, bro. I have a giant bulk box of just like it's freaking mess. Dude, it's literally about this big and it's a freaking mess. But yeah, I need to sort through it because I know there's a non-hollow version of that card as well. So hopefully I'm not getting I might be getting it confused.
Yeah. I mean, I have all the versions, but of course, as I'm trying to collect, and that, it's an example where, of course, if I have all the cards, any card that has a Mewtwo on it, then I'm going to be doing good. So
okay, so Brandon's play is or not play. I hate saying play. Brandon is niching down into the Cosmo Hollow. I want to go harder in like the Spanish boxes, some of the older Spanish boxes. So that's my goal. I still want a Cosmic Eclipse box and a Tag Bolt or a Tag Team. What is it? What's it in English? Tag Team? Team Up booster box. Even in Spanish, it's like 5K. But I need to have those two boxes in my collection. There's I've been also on, what is it, Card Market? That's the European TCG player. Dude, so many good German boxes that are on there, like for really, really cheap. So, and I get it. Like a lot of people, they'll tell me like, yeah, I don't have I'm here in the United States. I can't get those boxes. It costs so much to send them over. Like, luckily I have Heart Attack to send things over to because he's military and he can send that stuff over. Yeah. So yes, I'm blessed, but just make some friends, guys. Make some friends. You never know who can hook you up and who can help you out. Especially the Discord. Dude, any questions you guys have, put them in the Discord. Like, there's so many people in there, like more than willing to help you guys out with anything, literally with anything. So the Discord is a really good place.
Here's another niche thing that I picked up on. Everyone's talking about the gold stars lately, but these cards are just as beautiful. You've got the shining cards.
Oh, I have those as well.
Yeah.
Where are they at? Where's my shinies? Oh, I can't turn my head too fast.
Yeah, just showing a couple of these. I have more, but they're probably somewhere in a binder or in some case somewhere.
Yeah, the shining Lugia and Ho-Oh I got from JTR6 from Jordan as a present. Ooh. We did in Chinese. Yeah, we did a Heart Gold Soul Silver fan club. We were supposed to do it for ZA. So on the podcast, at the end of the podcast, we went over the gym that we were gonna like the goal of the gym that we're going to be at, kind of just like a book club. We're going to do it with Gen 10 for sure, 100%, where we'll go back to it. A lot of people enjoyed that. So it was so fun to see. Like, I was always behind because, yes, guys, I'm terrible at the video games. I am like not good because I always try to catch, because I get bored. So I'll like catch a Pokemon and then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to rotate with this Pokemon. I don't stick with the same team throughout the game. So then once it comes to, the Elite Four, I'm just like getting then annihilated. But yeah, that's how I play. There's a question right here.
That's a fun way to play, though.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly. Shook says, Brandon, you got any of those Top Sun Mewtwo's?
I graded. Let me see my graded pile. Let me see here. Sorry, I gotta dig through a stack.
Oh no, you're good. I'll take more chats. Sailing says this dude is cool. Have him on more often. Yeah, Brandon's on here at least once a month, if not every other month. We try to make it work for you guys.
Yeah, and then if you wanted to, like next month, if you want to do a live or something, like a Japan style live, we could do a Japan style live. I'm not trying to give any dates, but
yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I'll line all that up with you as well. I'm down. Hopefully,
I have a. Oh, here we go. Let me see.
Hopefully, I link up with Ibex as well. We're gonna link up for dinner in Japan. So
I can't find the rest of mine, but like I got a bunch of like Prism Hollows and like a bunch of other different types of cards in here. I'll show this stack here. Someone's seen this in my what do you call it? Photo and Discord.
Oh, but
yeah, if you didn't know like the English difference, so Shadow Mewtwo is what it's called in English.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's called Dark Mewtwo in Japanese. For that Mewtwo. And then a couple just like super old cards here.
Yeah, the first one I saw that Dark Mewtwo was when I went to go visit Johto Jake with Team Rocket Joey.
And then there's a Chinese exclusive here that has the same art as the Pokemon Go Mewtwo, but this looks sick. It looks like the artist is familiar with Dragon Ball. I like how the hollow pops there.
Dude, why does it look like a Dragon Ball Z card?
It does. But yeah, this is a Chinese exclusive card here. So
that's fire.
I had to pick it up, of course.
Snack Bread says, Brennan, you said you could steer someone to a cool card for Mons they like. How about Sandshrew or Darkrai?
Darkrai for sure. I recommend what is this thing called? Or like what set is this coming from? It's like a Diamond Pearl. I think it's Diamond Pearl. Hollow full art. I'm just trying to think of what the actual set is that has it. And it's in one of my binders, but you know what? Let me bring that one up in the Discord and then I'll pull the card for you. That one is in one of my stacks, man. I freaking love that Darkrai. It's a full art hollow. It's around the same time that they released a Victini one that looks like it, a Mew that looks like it. It's like Dream League or something era, like that type of era.
Dang, I had a Sandshrew card on deck. But my girl.
Another awesome Darkrai was of course, the Halloween Darkrai looks freaking sick.
The Trigger Trade
promo Darkrai, yeah. I mean, there's so many cool Darkrai's. I'm not like I didn't think I was a fan of Darkrai until later. Regarding Sandshrews, it's really hard. That one's a tough one. You could count like those on one hand. You know what I mean?
I have an
I love Sandshrew too. Sandshrew was like my first Pokemon toy as a kid. I freaking loved that toy. It was like this big.
My girl, she just arranged my entire desk for me. Shout out to my girl. But I had a Sandshrew e-reader card. I got from Japan. He's like, it's so funny. He looks like he's jumping out of an airplane. So if you guys, it's just Sandshrew like just doing this full on, just diving. It's so funny. Like I was. It was like one of our last days in Japan. And I was like, that is freaking hilarious. So I just picked it up. And it's the e-reader Sandshrew skydiving.
Wow. So. Dude, that's really cool. Yeah, I actually haven't seen too many Sandshrew, or if I did, like Sandslash is my guy. Like that's usually where I'm at. Oh yeah, I want to see that page, the 16 cards of Sandshrew. I want to see that. You could throw that in the Discord. That
Yeah, throw it in the Discord
love.
for sure.
I love when people do that.
Hey, Brandon, I did find this one for you the other day in my pile.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, so that card, and this is once again going back to reversing the exclusives. That was a Korokoro Japanese exclusive promo card until they released that one in Crown Zenith, if I got that one right. But that's one of the situations where if it was Korokoro exclusive today, that card would be worth like maybe $50 in Japanese. Yeah. But now, since it flipped, I think, that's $5 there. Still probably $15 in Japanese if the numbers still jive with the past.
Damn it, I can't find that freaking Sandshrew card. Whatever. I'll put it in the Discord, a snack bread. You'll enjoy that card. It's so funny. It's so good.
Is the tag Bolt Sabrina? Is that the one where it's like a full art and she's just standing there with a Pokeball that's like kind of just floating around or something in the middle?
I believe so.
The one he's talking about.
I believe so.
She's the
most popular one, right? Yeah.
Or whatever.
I believe so.
And then let's see. Are you familiar with the with the Korokoro Mew? Of course I am, but let's see. I don't know if I have it here.
The Korokoro Mew is like the now the card that everyone just brings up always. It's very, very, very popular.
So it's actually under this laptop, so I can't pull it out. But I have a PSA. I think I have a PSA 8 and 9, or I have a PSA 9 and 10, something like that for the Korokoro Mew.
Crazy. He said I have the Korokoro Mew, but it doesn't have the full shine on it. I was told it was another print run. The ones I have is only shiny in the Cosmo Holo.
What?
Interesting.
Ooh, I'd be interested in that. That's really cool.
Yeah, George, put that in the Discord, please. I would love to share that. That'd be really cool. It's missing the full shine, but it has the shine behind the card. That's sick.
Full shine. I mean, yeah, all of my Korokoro Mews, I think they have like basically the holo pattern all over it.
What's this card in Japanese? Or you're talking about Japanese, right?
Yeah, it's a Korokoro Eevee.
Oh,
is what that would be. So let me see. I'll pull it up.
Because this is the one in English. This isn't. I didn't.
Yeah, it's a Crown. I'm pretty sure it's Crown Zenith. But in Japanese, it was an exclusive deck, a Korokoro deck promo. It's the same as like you get those that 500 deck box thing.
Oh yeah, the starter decks. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna.
It's a special Korokoro start deck.
Starter deck 100. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I have it. I have the sealed start deck 100 box too.
Gosh damn it! Trying to find that damn Sandshrew for snack bread. Freaking Sandshrew, bro. Sorry guys. Gosh damn it! Oh, you want to see a good Mew? A good Mew to buy right now, guys? This one. From Celebration. That was great. Yeah. This one's popping off right now. The Celebrations Mew. If you say Celebrations 3 times, Team Rocket Joey will pop up. So don't. let's try to let's only say it once. Shout out to Joey. I'm
still working on it, but
Jesus, bro. If you need my if you need mine, I'll send it to you. What's going on?
True Collector's here.
SL, bro. I know. As SL is the man. True Collector hours here. I love it. Why do people hate Battle Styles so much? And 2, are ETBs poor man's booster box, or is it booster bundles? Dang, love this question. And then of course, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, dude. Okay, well, let's get into this, Brandon. I know we probably
all right
7 minutes.
So one thing I'll share is Battle Styles, and I mean, this is going to be the same for every set because usually in a new generation, they try to focus on the new characters. So Battle Styles is one of those where they're trying to get Urshifu out there, and they're trying to get all of their Calyrex and all that type of stuff, if I have my box correct. So when the box was released, people weren't interested in those, and that was considered to be the highlight of the box. And so we have to think about this was around the time of Vivid Voltage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And this goes back to my point about distractions. So if there's a set that releases and it distracts you away from the next set that's right next to it, then you forget about it. It's the same thing that happens like when you have this recent set where you have a Mega Dream and now you have the Nihil Zero, whatever it's called, and then you also have people have already forgot. Like there's a couple layers to this Mega Evolution that show parallels to this situation, where the Mega Evolution base, freaking awesome Lucario card, freaking awesome other the Venusaur, the Bulbasaur promos and all that stuff. Everyone forgot about that once that Charizard came out, or like once they got to the that next set. And the same thing is happening now, where the Mega Charizard EX or XEX is now being forgotten about because now we're at Mega Evolution. So Battle Styles was sandwiched between sets, and it got forgotten about. And then also, I think the timing of this era, we didn't know what alternate arts were. Like, if I'm not mistaken, it's probably one of the first alternate art looking cards.
It was the first, yeah.
But after that, I mean, things just completely washed that set from memory, because you had Fusion Strike, if I'm not mistaken, after that one.
Yeah,
after that, it was gone, dude.
It was over.
It was gone.
Yeah.
Should I take the second one too before you jump in?
Yeah, for sure.
For the second one, I think, this is just me personally, I think you have a better deal with the booster bundles. And so I think poor man's booster box is closer to a booster bundle than an ETB. And that's because it's just straight packs, for one. And the other thing is, people don't really understand shipping costs. Packing costs, shipping costs have to be factored into your product's price, like your actual sale price. So if you're selling on eBay, you're going to lose money on the fees. You're going to lose money on the box and the shipping and all that jazz and the weight and all that stuff. So for me, it's a heck of a lot easier to ship a booster bundle than it is to ship an ETB. You know, that someone might only want to buy one ETB, whereas if you're a customer and you could buy 2 booster bundles versus buying one ETB, I think that people would prefer, as a customer, to buy multiple bundles. So what that does is it actually gives you a better cost average, because you're shipping multiple of your product in one shipment. So you're saving money on the shipment. You're also saving money on the damage, because ETBs are wrapped in that plastic. The bundles are a little bit easier from a plastic stance to stay intact, but that's just from my personal experience. Moving around all the time, because you have less plastic exposure because you've got a smaller box, so less contact with random stuff. But
okay, yeah, I agree with everything Brandon said. I'm just gonna dumb it down like times 1,000. You guys ready? So Battle Styles, why no one likes it is because nobody really likes Urshifu. He's just not, there's not a popular Pokemon. It doesn't matter about the Sleepy Tyranitar. They could have put whatever into that set. No one was really going to like it because of how it was sandwiched between those two sets. Once it started to get going, and it was just a forgotten set. I love Battle Styles. If you guys know this channel, I've been preaching about how good Battle Styles is for so long. The common cards are great. The reverse holo is really great. A lot of the Pokemon that I grew up with are in that set that I really enjoy. The full art set. Maybe we need to do a full a revisit of Battle Styles just for the art, not necessarily like the box price or any of that stuff. We'll just get into the art, but I think it has some of the best art in the Sword and Shield era, as far as like the half arts, the reverse holos. And yeah, it's just an Urshifu, style set, or a focus set, and just didn't really take off like that. Obviously, the Sleepy Tyranitar is great. One of my favorite cards right here. Show that off. Bam, one of the best alternate arts in the entire era. I love Battle Styles, so I guess I'm kind of biased. And then 2, are the ETBs the poor man's booster box, or is it bundles? And again, me and Team Rocket Joey talked about this at this card show. We were just bouncing ideas off of each other. But yeah, like ETBs definitely have a ceiling. I mean, you look back at some of even the most popular booster box or ETBs, they definitely have a ceiling. And when your buyer pool gets so small and so niche, as far as like ETBs and the price, it's gonna be pretty hard to sell those off. You know, when the ETB gets to like the $1,000 range, like there's not too many people that will do that. And then when it comes to like the booster boxes, there's an infinite amount of people that will buy a booster box at $1,000. When we're comparing it to the booster bundle, the booster bundle is just a glorified a single pack option, and like Brandon says, it is you're kind of paying a premium for the protection of the box. I know some people put the little booster bundles in like the acrylics, but are people
I've
gonna
never
collect?
seen that before.
Yeah, bro. Like, are people
Oh
gonna
my God.
collect booster bundles in the future? Maybe. I could be completely wrong about that, but I don't see it. I personally wouldn't invest into either of them. The only ETBs I'm putting a lot of money into are the prismatic ETBs. But I have a
Mm,
goal. I'm my goal is 10 of those. Once they get to 500, I'm selling them all, and I'll keep one for the collection. Like that's
yeah.
I have a clear goal. And same thing with most of my booster boxes. Like once they hit close to 1,000, I'll see where the market is, and then just let them fly. I'll hold one and just repeat that process again and again. And at the end of the day, I have a really cool collection that I'm proud of, and there's no fluff. But did
Can
I
I
answer
share
that
what the
question?
true poor man's booster
Bo-
box or ETB is?
About building battle.
No, man. You take a box that's already been opened and you just put crap in there and then you put it in a an acrylic.
Hey,
There you go.
I
Now
told I
you can
told
put it on display, you're good to go.
I told Heart Attack, send me that Mega Dream box empty.
Yep.
I'll stuff it with some toilet paper, put an
Mhm.
acrylic, makes saves
Hey,
saves me
man.
saves me $1,000.
Yeah. These are the two cards that they used to be in the start deck 100 Korokoro exclusives.
I have both of those. Cool. I'm gonna pull those
Yeah.
out right now and just put them in my binder and take them out of the bulk.
Yeah, man. Definitely hold on to those.
George says I sent it to grading, but I want to know that I didn't get scammed because I spent a lot of money on it. If someone can fact check it, please. Yeah, post it in the Discord, bro. We'll take care of it for sure. 100%.
What did they send the grading? Sorry, maybe I
I'm
missed.
guessing he's talking about that the weird hollow pattern that we were talking about. We told him to put it into
Oh,
Discord.
okay. Yeah, I definitely could check it out. I've got two of them, so I should be able to pick it up or like
Yeah, for
understand
sure.
what's going on with them.
The Discord is in the description down below. Yeah, you don't have to. It's free Discord, not paid, any of that stuff. So, Super says, a wise man. Jay Ketchum's in here as well. What's going on? The 151 ETBs and PC ETBs. Yeah, those are great. I sent a card to PSA and they mislabeled it. What to do?
Oh,
What to do? Should I keep it or resend it? Oh, that's interesting.
oh, I
That's
mean, I like it happens to me all the time, and it's so frustrating because when you bring something to PSA, you're bringing it to them because you trust them, you think that they know what they're doing. You're supposed to be the best, so to have stuff like that happen, you'd be surprised how freaking common it is, and it drives me absolutely nuts. Like I got labeled a Japanese card Korean for a PSA 10 Vaporeon that I had, so it's just like it's frustrating, man.
Would that for a Korean collector or a Japanese collector, I think that would be pretty cool. I would pay a premium if it was like wrong labeled. I think that would be pretty interesting to talk about and just have it. But I know for someone like you, it'd be super frustrating.
I mean, the thing that makes it and that can impact it is because no one would want to buy a card that they can't trust was actually graded by PSA. Like, how do they know? I mean, I guess they could look at the photos of the scans and see that the scan is wrong, but just so many questions start to open up about like is this card real? Did you crack a case and then put this card in instead? Is it
Ah,
really a 10? So I think it kind of it sours the confidence that someone has that the card was actually graded. Even if I know it's true. But and that's also like why I was initially frustrated about my PSA one card that I have, but I keep it because it proves that you can't trust PSA with grading.
PSA stands for please submit again. So
Yeah.
George says, but the mislabel is that they labeled it a Pokemon Center Pikachu ETB promo from the Paldea involved ETB, but it's a regular promo. What a disaster.
You could probably move that thing once, but you would never be able to move it again because someone will comment on it. It's unfortunate.
That sucks, dude. All right, guys. Last minute questions before we get going. We've been here for about a little over 2 hours. Last minute questions. Or Brandon, you got any questions for me or
Well,
open book?
I'll close out because I knew I couldn't do it last time. I had to like bail on you the last time.
Oh
So
no,
I
you're good.
do want to say, like, thanks for having me on, man. I love being able to pick your brain on certain things, and then also for you to have me on so that way, like, I could kind of share some of my inputs on, or like some a different perspective on where the market is going, and as well as like, have an actual person who cares about the hobby, like cares about the cards. I think it like you are that type of a person, and I see that when you're breaking your card, like when you're breaking your packs and stuff like that. I can't tell you how many YouTubers I see, they'll crack a pack and then just throw cards behind their back, and they just, oh, okay, what do we got here? Miss, 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 going straight to the hits. So I do appreciate how much time and care you put into that. And I think that even if there might be certain perspectives that people disagree with, you have those people on here. You have people that, have those perspectives, and you learn and you're growing. I'm excited to see where you go with the PSA grading. As you improve with that, I think you're gonna find, even though that you love and the boxes, I think grading those cards will help you buy into the boxes that you're really trying to get. So I'm looking forward to seeing the results from your grading process, and then
Yeah.
hopefully continue learning. I'm going to continue learning too, because I learn from you all the time, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I'm excited for all that stuff. And of course, like you're one of the people that I go to if I have a crazy idea for 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 a
I got
play
you,
or a
dude.
card. I'm like, is this nuts? Is this a crazy play? So yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate
And I
you
gotta I
right
gotta
back.
throw out a disclaimer to everybody here, because they might think that like that I've been just collecting for like a couple of days and just throwing a whole bunch of cash around. Dude, most of the cards I have, like they were hella cheap when I picked them up, man. I've been in this hobby since like pre 2025 what is it called? The anniversary, like pre-anniversary time frame. And
Okay.
I already had a target for what I was going for. So most of the cards that I have now they greatly improved, and then I sold certain cards that allowed me to get in certain cards. So most of my collection is actually a trade up. It's not me just taking mad stacks and then just putting money outright into certain things. And now that I've been familiar enough to see what over time has grown in even my short period of time, I think that's where people start to get it. And I think the people who are new here, just know that you've got space. Like, we are not at the, like, you're not priced out. There's an opportunity for everybody to collect. And that's the beauty of I think the Pokemon market.
Yeah, and like I hope that we've kind of opened people's eyes as far as like just trading up. Like it is a Pokemon trading card game. If that's trading slabs, booster boxes, whatever, like you think that your dream card is, let's say, the lovebirds or whatever, you'll never own that card. Well, you can kind of niche down, again, our topic, niche down,
Mhm.
maybe get in Korean or Chinese for like $1,000 off, rotate some of your English cards, grade them, flip them into, and go from there. It's everything that I think people think that they're priced out in so many ways, and I hope that listening to me and Brandon and my channel, you can see that there's options.
Yeah, for real.
So, all right, guys. I think we're ended off there. Thank you guys all so much. Make sure you give Brandon a follow as well, and then the Discord is in the link as well. He's one of the go-to guys in the Discord, so make sure, yeah, to tag him. But again, guys, thank you so much. Thanks, Brandon, as well for popping on. All right,
Hey
we'll
man,
catch.
thanks, Henry.
Of course, bro. All right, we'll catch you guys later.